James McInnes, your Deputy Leader and the politician responsible for children's services. How do you feel about this report today, judging that we're inadequate?
I'm absolutely devastated. We've worked so hard in children's services over recent years. In fact, lots of that good work is recognised in the report. But in this key area of care leavers, especially older care leavers, we've been found inadequate, and I put my hands up, guilty.
How could it be that you didn't know about two people who'd left the care of Devon County Council living in conditions that were completely inadequate?
I didn't know because nobody told me. I mean, the issue for me is care leavers, some of our older care leavers live very disorganised lives. Some of them might be drug addicts, they live very chaotic lives day to day. And when we work with them, we must be more persistent. I think what's happened here is that somebody said go away, and we haven't done the corporate parent thing and just been persistent, and we have walked away, and so we haven't actually had that intense support that should have been. And also the frontline staff didn't seem to understand that they needed to report it to their manager, that this person has a safeguarding issue and it needs to be reported up the line.
Are you confident you're going to put that right?
It already has been put right. Already I'm getting a weekly list of a small number of our care leavers, mostly in their early 20s, who are living in chaotic circumstances, and I need to know about it, and I now do.
You say there was a lack of persistence, but also the report says there was a lack of persistence, perhaps a lack of persistence on the part of social workers not taking children in homes where they were at risk of neglect out of those homes quickly enough.
Now that wasn't inadequate, that requires improvement moving to good. And that was a fair issue that we need to improve on. The issue is when you're working with a family that is having issues, you're trying to find a way forward, if possible, for the child to remain in the home, because it's better if a child can remain in the home rather than come into care. And in some instances, a small number of instances, that time of working with the family, trying to find a way forward, has gone on too long, rather than just making the decision that child needs to come into care.
There were some pluses in the report. Would you just like to highlight those?
Yes, there were some pluses. Early help was a plus, which is really good. Lots of local authorities don't manage to have a good early help offer. The MASH was really good and focused. We also had very good fostering service was recommended. Also adoption was good. So there are a number of areas where we really have made progress since the last Ofsted inspection, but of course that's overshadowed completely by the small number of care leavers, older care leavers, that just didn't have that intense attention that is needed. We are corporate parents and we have a duty up to the age of 25, and we must all remember that.
Finally, James McInnes, some people might look at this and say, 10 years of austerity, what do you expect? Our public services are in crisis.
I don't think this is all about money. I mean, we will put some more money in and have some more person advisors, because they're very well thought of by care leavers, and we need to bring the person advisors' caseloads down. But apart from that, this is about a change in frontline practice. This is about accepting that the law says that anyone who's been in care and becomes a care leaver, we have a legal duty to look after them as a corporate parent to their 25. And in this case, there were a couple of cases we were found to be not looking after them as well as we should have done, and also more importantly that senior leaders didn't know about it, and that's what we're going to put right as soon as possible.